Hello, welcome to Sense Able Singing. I'm Allison Taylor, and today is day 13 of our 21 days of Winter Solstice. And today we're going to explore singing a little bit more, and in particular, there's sensation in your throat. So just bring your hands to your throat for a moment, if that feels comfortable for you. Feel the tone in and around your neck and shoulders. Get a sense of the tone. What I mean by that is the suppleness, the elasticity, the tone of your muscles. Is there an engagement as though something just startled you? Maybe try that. Surprise party. Notice what happens in the tone. So that's the exterior that you can feel with your hands. And then explore the interior. If you swallow, notice the sensations in that journey of swallowing. What happens in your tongue? What happens inside as things constrict and then open? As you hum, what happens in the tone? The feeling, the softness, elasticity, availability on the exterior and the interior of your throat. And just to keep that awareness on the back burner as we move through some movements and sounds. So now we're going to go macro. We were just sort of micro or internal focused on this particular area. Now we're going to zoom back out to include the whole of you. Remember, you have feet and legs. Notice how your feet are meeting the ground and the ground is meeting you. And see what it's like to just gently shift the pressure through your feet, the heels, the outside of one foot, through the toes and the balls of your feet, over to the outside of the other foot and back. And as you shift that pressure, that contact through your feet, notice what happens in the rest of your body as you do that. Notice the tone in the rest of you shifting as you shift that contact. And start to make that movement a little bit bigger. So you're shifting your contact onto different parts of your feet, and just let that awareness and sensation bubble up through you. It's very different than having to go down into your feet and really feel it. But your feet have many, many, many nerve endings, and they're designed to receive sensation to help impact how your whole system is balancing. So we're designed to receive that feedback through your feet. It travels all the way up through your system and eventually makes it to your brain. And it happens very, very quickly. And there's a feedback loop that happens. So as you make that movement a little bit bigger, inviting your knees and hips to come along, and inviting your spine to come along, and eventually inviting your arms to come along. Have you ever driven by a big store and they have those inflatable things out front of the store? So you're going to find your inner, what are those called? Inflatable ghosts? I don't know. So you find your version of that as you play with this movement. So notice where you feel easy in your system as you do this movement, where you feel easy in your body. And then just for a moment, kind of it's like you put a pin in something or just kind of lock something up, one part of you, as you continue that movement. So for me, I'm going to grip my hip. And as you do that, you may notice that there's kind of a domino or ripple effect throughout your whole body. If one part of you has a little pin in it, I don't know why I chose pin, but it could be just a little hold. And then take that pin out or that hold out like a clothes peg. You're going to take that clothes peg off and see what happens. So when one part of you has a clothes peg on it or a pin on it, has an impact on how the rest of you can move. So I want to show you an image, and I just want you to think about your week last week, or your day today, depending on when you're watching this. And where has your focus been? Has your focus been out on what's happening around you? Where I live, December 13th, we're moving towards a holiday season, and so it's very busy. And there's a lot in my life of this kind of focus. Focus out on what's happening. Just try that in your body for a moment as you make your awareness external. What's happening with you? What's happening over there? What's it doing? What's going to be coming up next hour? And think about your week again, and think about the moments where your attention was turned more inward. What's happening here? What's happening right now? What's happening with me? What's happening in my body? What's happening in my throat? So take 15 seconds now, and if you're doing this on your own another time, you could take a little more time and pause the video to play around with some movements that go between out there, maybe pointing, extending, moving quickly in directions around you, and then play with coming back to right here, inside movements, spiralic movements, noticing the interior of your body and the exterior and the space around you. So take 15 seconds now, we'll both do that, playing between outside, external focused movements, direct, quick movements, and internal focused, pausing movements. So let's take that time now. That's 15 seconds, goes by quickly, but just notice how you feel. Which feels more familiar? And for you, what feels recuperative to you right now? Did you need some reaching, expanding, darting recuperation? Did you need in this moment some internal pausing movement? Now we're going to do the same thing again, and this time I want to invite you to add some sound. So if it feels more supportive for you to know what you're going to sing or what sound you're going to make, pick a phrase of a song or a favorite vocal warm-up. And as we explore these external movements and interior movements, which can be slow or quick, make your sound, sing your phrase, and notice what happens. Where do you feel ease? Where your whole body is able to move like that blow-up ghost, whatever they're called. And where you feel like there's a little clothes peg somewhere or something kind of pinned or held. Just notice for yourself what happens. Do you have your phrase? I'll do mine too. It doesn't have to match yours. And we'll take maybe 20 seconds this time. And we'll start that time now. So there's our 20 seconds, and that's our time for today. We explored tone, noticing muscle tone in the throat. We zoomed out to notice tone in your whole body as we explored this shifting contact over your feet. And we explored how, when putting a clothes peg or a hold on one part of you, can have an impact on freedom and ease in the rest of you. And then lastly, we explored adding sound as a barometer or a check-in for exploring external or periphery focused movements, my attention being diverted or diffused versus my attention being turned in. Lots to cover today. Let me know in the comments below what you found out about your body and your voice. Thank you for joining me today. I'm still rocking on my feet for day 13 of this conscious movement towards the winter solstice, or any old time of year that you choose to revisit these videos. See you next time.